Okay. All right. What's up, everybody? I just saw, or I guess yesterday, I saw the Odyssey, Christopher Nolan's Odyssey. I will say it was my most hyped movie of all time. The Odyssey is my favorite story I've ever read. Odysseus is my goat. So I was extremely excited when this was announced. Um, and Christopher Nolan doing it, I'm like, what? This thing's getting a $250 million budget. I mean, the best adaptation was the Armand Assante 1997 one of the actual story, and there's a few other ones like we got the SpongeBob movie, and then what Brother Where Art Thou? That one's really good, but an adaptation of the actual story hasn't really been. I mean, Ulysses, I think what in the 1954 one, that one was pretty good, but it's kind of old, so it's hard to whatever. But yeah, so hearing when the trailer first got announced, and I was like, whoa. I will say, the trailers did it a disservice. I remember there was a lot of hate going on of how the armor looked, how it's not historically accurate. It's like, bro, they're not speaking Greek, and there's also sea monsters. I don't know what you want. Um, and it's an adaptation, and it's supposed to change with the times, and how it's an oral history story, so it changes with whoever's telling it. That's like the whole point. But yeah, so I thought it looked pretty cool right from the beginning. But yeah, I will say the first couple trailers didn't do it justice. It was a little goofy at some points. I know a lot of people complained about the dialogue usage, but it's like, one, they're not speaking Greek, and the way that I think the one book that Christopher Nolan based this one on, she factually checked all the usage of dad or stuff like that, because it's a more personal things like, oh, hello father, it would just sound stupid, so it sounds more human, and it's easier to put yourself in that shoe, in the character shoes, if they're speaking contemporary language like us. So I thought that was a good choice. I know I saw an interview saying Christopher Nolan say that might come back to bite him in his ass, but I thought it was a good choice. I liked it. It was like Odysseus will cuss everyone, cuss once or twice, so that was funny just to see in normal contemporary language. I enjoyed that part. I think it made it more relatable that they're just not speaking like British people or something like that. Hello, father, I am here to avenge you. That would just sound stupid. So I think it made it more personal, and relatable. So that was really cool. But yeah, I saw it up in IMAX theater. Never been to an IMAX theater. Phenomenal experience. Loved it. Sound system was a little wonky. I don't really know what was going on with that. It was so loud at some points. I forget. I think it's when he first came back to Ithaca, and then they showed this one shot of his back, and it was just wah, it was insane. But yeah, the sound was crazy, very loud. It did great. I mean, the sound, you could make a whole video about that. So yeah, sound was great. Adaptation wise, I mean, it was phenomenal. They skipped out on some stuff, but I mean, I get it. You can't really you have to know that going in that they can't fit every single encounter into a 3 hour a max 3 hour movie, because it's IMAX. You can't do that. But I mean, I still okay. So I don't really know what happened, but the video cut off for some reason, so that's upsetting. But yeah, I believe I was talking about the sound. Sound is crazy, just whatever. I'll just talk about the casting. The casting is phenomenal. Matt Damon as Odysseus is crazy. It was what, Christopher Nolan and Leonardo DiCaprio were the front runners, I believe, and they said no to it. So I can see maybe Christian Bale doing it, but Matt Damon, after seeing him and how he looks, and I don't know, he just felt like Odysseus, and I feel like Leonardo and Christian Bale wouldn't. I don't know I don't know, for what they were trying to do. It just worked. And Tom Holland as Telemachus, I mean, he did a great job. I would say that's Mr. Spider-Man's best acting role. I mean, it was, I loved that. And then what is it? Yeah, Penelope, she was great. Even God, what you got, man? Hamish Patel, I believe, as Eurylochus. That was great. I liked him. I wish that they gave his crew a little bit more of an acting like portion, I guess. But yeah, it was. I enjoyed it. I wish there was more. I wish maybe there was a little, yeah, again, more characterization with some of the characters. Because like Athena wasn't really, she was in it but wasn't in it. But I really liked the story they did with that. Antinous, he was good. He was very, very good. Robert Pattinson did a great job as Antinous. And then Sinon, that's Elliot Page's character. That was really good. I really liked that little character arc. Menelaus was okay. John Bernthal, I mean, it was fine. I feel like almost anybody could have played that character, but it was fine. It was plenty to see him. Agamemnon was the Aura farmer. He has some crazy scenes he has his Darth Vader moments, but Benny Safdie playing him is really good. So he's not in it a lot, but I like his story and his warnings to Odysseus that influenced the story. Set design was phenomenal. I mean, it looked like otherworldly. It looked like you're in an epic, very vast open, fields, like sands, oceans, whatever. Like Calypso's island was really like ethereal. I thought that was really cool. Oceans looked sick. I mean, it just looked cool. The whole movie just looks freaking cool. Music by Ludwig is awesome. It's really cool. He used like gongs and a bunch of old instruments, which I don't know. It was just sick. And I feel there was like a little bit of like synth in there. I think it was when Odysseus was coming home, and it was just, I don't know. It was like this slow, like, just woo. I don't know how to describe it. It was just really cool. I really like the blend of instruments in the soundtrack. Travi Patty was in it. That was pretty funny. He actually did a pretty good job. I was kind of worried that he was going to be the first person that we see, because I remember Christopher Nolan saying that. So I was like, ooh, I don't know about that. But no, he actually did a good job. So I'm happy about that. But Ithaca looked awesome. Troy was amazing. The whole Troy battle sequence, you kind of get a taste of it, and then it goes like fully towards the later end of the movie. Troy looked amazing. I mean, just the fire, the armor design looked awesome. It just felt otherworldly, the whole movie, and I think that's what Christopher Nolan was going for, because it's like, hey, this is an epic that we can relate to, but it's in a different land. So I really like that. That was really cool. I'm trying to think of anything else there's so much. I mean, I'm not gonna get into spoilers, even though you should know this story, but what are you gonna do? But yeah, it cut off again. I don't know what's going on here. So, whatever. Yeah, Tearfest movie. Loved it. Loved every second of it. I'm watching this movie and I'm like, I don't think it fits on the scale anymore. Like, there has to be something more. So, I have to put this above a Holy Smokes Plus. It's that serious. I'm not joking. So, the first thing that came to my mind is that I have to give this an 11 out of 10 Holy Mackerel. So, that's what it is. It's a Holy Mackerel level, 11 out of 10. It's just, by what I've seen, it's the perfect movie. I mean, of course you can criticize it, just like anything, but for 2 hours and 52 minutes, I've never been that entertained. I can't say I have, watching a film. Every film has its lulls and stuff like this, but this one, it just worked, which is amazing. And I am so happy that it's in the Odyssey, because it's my favorite story of all time. And yeah, it's a phenomenal movie. Every one of my friends liked it. I was surprised. I mean, everyone was like, great. It made me happy that people will hopefully read the book, and just get it. But even if they don't, it's a perfect adaptation. It's awesome. So yeah, please go see it. Try to see it in IMAX if you can. $28 a ticket. That kind of sucked. But hey, 11 out of 10, Holy Mackerel. Never would have thought I'd have to do that, but here we are, and I'm glad it was the Odyssey. So I will see you guys in the next one, and hope to see you soon.